Shaggy, I am Philalitea, and I am not alone in here, so I am going to be quiet. I also will be able to see your chat eventually. I can play this with a controller? Hmm. Oh. She's cool looking. Oh shoot, you know what I've been doing? I've been making a mistake. How do I back out? Okay, thank you for doing that. But how do I back out? I've been making a mistake. Okay, so how do I get out of here? How do I back? Inspect, delete character. Okay, I'm sorry, Kaya. We'll start over. I am making a mistake. We're gonna reroll attributes until we get 18. Yikes. Elf. Yikes, I almost messed up. Yes. Yeah. No. Messed up. Okay, here we go. Now we reroll until we get good attribute points. Holy shit, I almost fucked all the way up. Bingo. That's better. I can move my spot if I want to. Alright, now we're gonna go gnome. I'll get there. Oh, look at that. This one's already ready. He's a good boy. Oh, sorry. He's a good boy. Named... No. All my guys have C names. I guess I could have named him after followers of the channel. That's just, he's just Wycliffe. Oh! Thank you. Fighter. What if he's just a dick? What if all my evil characters are women? That doesn't say anything about me. What if she goes by, a good human name? Like... There it is. Okay. Okay, we can, okay, so I think you have to add them in order. So they need to be fighter, fighter, fighter. What? Wycliffe, cause what? Okay, so I can't have an I can't have... What? Okay, so wait a minute. I can't have a good character? So I can't have evil characters. Or everybody has to be neutral. Because the priest is a good boy. No, back up. 17, we can do better than 17. We've rolled 20 a couple of times. Maybe we can get 22. Yeah, sure. And then we're gonna go priest, and we're gonna... Oh, he has to be... Oh, neat. Okay, so an evil gnome priest, then. He's a selfish prick. Doesn't have to be female. Okay. What about him? What if his name is... Sweet Cheeks? Oh my god, I just named my healer Sweet Cheeks. What was the other character? Okay, I made a nice guy fighter that I have to turn into a... Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, I feel good about that. Hmm? Oh, wait, no, he's a fighter. Dwarf fighter. And he's a total dick because he's got bad luck and he blames it on the universe. It doesn't have to be a female character, but it is now. And her name is... There we go. Okay, so now we go from the front row. We go... Uh-oh. I have too many good characters. I need a neutral fighter. Okay, let's go make a neutral... Add to... No. We have to make a neutral human fighter. Look, nobody knew that this was going to be this difficult. Look at that, 20 attribute. The game is being so amenable to my intentions here. La la da, just, you know, basic boy. He's a fighter. He's neutral. He's just, you know, he doesn't really want to get involved. And to prove that wow, it should so be him. But it's going to be her, and her name is going to be Patty Cakes. Now, let's see what we learn about myself as far as party composition. Okay. We need evil human fighter is a female. The other evil human fighter is also a female. And the neutral human... Oh, so all of my fighters are female. What does that say about me? And then we got a thief that's also a female. Uh-oh. A priest who's a male. Oh, so we are just... We're ladies, and then... Sweet Cheeks is a dude. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is the party. These are the people. Look at my health. Wow, this game is not fucking around. Can I save yet? Can I save? Can I just save? Like here? No. What's at the temple? No one in your roster currently needs their assistance. They don't give a shit about me. Okay, so what about the inn? Who will stay? Nobody needs to stay. Oh, I see. This is basically, this is where that game... Huh? No. What are we trying to do? Enter the maze. This is that game, give me a second. It's like a side-scrolling dungeon thing. It'll come to me because it's not coming to my mind right now. You've taken your first step into the fabled maze. It was only a short time ago that Overlord Trebor sent out the call, beckoning the country's adventurers to come to this place. The story, as it was told, was that his one-time friend and advisor, the wizard Werdner, had stolen the Overlord's prized amulet and escaped with it into the mysterious maze, a dungeon built of magic, chaos, and death. The Overlord promises power and the rank of honor god to any adventurer who recovers his amulet. And so you came. And somewhere deep within this maze's Stygian halls, the powerful wizard Werdner waits. Okay. Neat. Oh, what it used to look like is down here in the bottom right. This is what the game used to look like. Neat. took it from me and now he hides. Find him and find the amulet. Amulet. Neat. Turn? Yeah, boy. Turn? Uh-oh, we are in a maze. It is amazing. An encounter! And then this is what it used to look like down here in the corner. 3 slime boys. Bad breath identified. Okay, party. Or parry. Fight. 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 Parry. Don't need to cast spells. Parry. How many spells? What is this 9, I wonder? Is that spell slots? Cast spells. Oh, here we go. Halito. Gatino. Little fire. Bad air. This is the number of spell slots I have. We don't need to cast a spell on the first fight if we have that few spell slots. Fight! Oof. Particle effects, baby! Oh, it's over here on this side. We winned and took no damage. We could slow that down, actually. Ooh. Inspector der chest. Who will inspect the chest? D&D, baby. 95% certainty there's no trap. Well, yeah, I don't trust you. 95% is a 5% chance. Select trap to disarm. This would be my... No trap found. That would be my most immediate concern, is that there was a poison trap. 11 jeeps. Okay. Can I side scroll? Oh, fuck yeah. We can strafe, baby. Open the door. Let's do it. This reminds me of the NIS games. Oh, you do have to click the door to open an encounter. Oh, there's a guy down here. He's like a... Oh, they're tiny little goblo boys. Yeah. They're like small humanoids. They're kobolds. Fight. This would be more fun on the controller. Let's see if I can open... Actually, I should just move my spot. But see if my controller works. Because it says it should automatically detect it. Hell yeah. Oh, we took 2 damage. Motherfuckers. Total XP. Oh, look at that. This is fun. Inspecticate the chest amiss. No trap. Opens der chest. Okay, well, who should open it then? Oh. But what if it has a bomb inside it? Thank goodness. Open door. Oh, my controller's cold and feels nice in my hands. Steel yourself. Every open door could be your death. Okay, well. Open door. What's camp do? Select character to open character options. Okay. Inspect character. Ooh, neat. Character sheets. Saving throws. No spell points. Evil. Hey, look at me. I'm strong and I have good vitality. Oh. Okay. You have a longsword, chainmail? You have no spells and no spells. I can switch among you. Oh, daddy like, muy mucho. Oh. I like this. There's a door right here. No. This is tense. What secrets hide in his maze? What treasures? An encounter with 3 small humanoids. These aren't gobos. These are something else. I need to move. This spot has like a light that's hitting me right in the eye. Toggle enemy card. Select action. Quick select. Quick select. Yeah. My back row can't fight until I get ranged weapons. Which is cool. I like that I have 6 in my party. I talk all the time about how the optimal party size is 6 members. Five is also fine. Okay. I am gonna want a map. boy. An encounter! It's a skeleton! No, it's not. Yes, it is. Oh, they're kobold skeletons. Cool. Okay. Take that, sass! I think I could put my face on this, actually, now that I've played it a little bit. Give me a second here. This is gonna disrupt your watch. It might even have fucked up my whole game, but I can put my face on this. Nobody's watching. Nobody gives a shit. Dun, 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 how to do this. While I'm doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and move my stuff over to the spot I'm usually in, so I'm not showing people behind me. Yeah, that shouldn't be obnoxious. That shouldn't be too bad, right? Okay. Let's do that. can I hear it? Can I delete this? We're gonna play the original. We're gonna play with the original options. There we go. We're gonna play with the original. But we're gonna do this. Okay, so visit training grounds. And what if we just start an order? Reroll with X. This is still built on the original code. Music is great. Hmm. Hmm. What? No, you named her that. Look at this luck. I think this is insane, but I think I've done it. What? I can't take evil? Oh, I'm so dumb. What? No, you named them that. You named them Gively Grey Song, and Mbembe Tumbo, and Christy Comes Right, and Aura Farming, and Blippity Boobs, and Gimme That Booty. You named them that. This is your fault. You brought this upon us all. Okay. I died because I got in there and I couldn't get out. So maybe we just, like, treat this like Final Fantasy. You don't want to get... Well, I don't know actually anything about this game. I know that you don't want to get too high level. Your dude's age. Inspect the chest. Yes. No trap. Open. Dirt chest. We do not have high HPs. Wow, aura farming is a liability. Well, that's why I named her that, isn't it? He took it from me, and now he hides. Find him, and the amulet. I'll read those again. We'll read it every time we see it. I like this. An encounter. 5 small humanoids. So what we'll do is we'll fight. Cast spell. Bad air. Parry. Fight. Now my party is in an order that makes sense too. Ow. I don't know why I did it that way. Goodbye, sirs. Kicking ass, taking names. Inspecting. Certainty, no trap. Open it, Mbembe. Exploding box. Failed to disarm the trap. Please do not blow this up in our faces. It's going to hurt. Uh-oh, how many times can we fail? Ay. Okay, give me a second here. I gotta do some stuff. Okay. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's go this way instead. Okay, there's the way out. We don't want to do that yet. Certainty of splinters. No splinters. Yes. I like how quickly that resolves. Oh no, I'm lost. Oh no. Uh-oh. Blippity boobs. Now's your time. Dispel these assholes. Send them to their homes in the abyss. With ammo damage. You did it. Do it again. I don't know if that's actually what happened. Grey Song kills one. Kills undead. Yeah, no damage to the party. Christy, you're already a liability. We gotta work on your HP, sweetie cheeks. Disarm. What? Oh, no trap. Opened her chest in. Yes. Okay. Oh, look at that. There's a secret door over here. Bunk. I'm lost. I probably wanted to do the same thing. Yeah, fuck you. Give it hell. Oh, no. Oh, Christy, no. No. Oh, that hurt them. That was exciting. Okay, fight, 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 fight. Heal Christy. Save Christy's bacon. Yeah. Christy, you crazy bitch. You didn't get a lot of healing from that. I need to find my way back to the entrance already. I'm lost. I'm in serious trouble already. Gonna be starting over. This should get me back to the... Oh no. Shit. Yeah, we're in trouble. Okay, well, we gained A level. And we gotta get out of here now. That's not how that happens. They keep surprising us. I think this way should take me home. Nope. We did it again. We died in the same spot again. Alright, everybody's leveled. Yep, get the hell out of here. I know it's not this way. I know it's not this one, too. So do I have to beat both named things down here? Is that what it just comes down to? Is I have to beat both of those things to get out of here? And then this is gonna dead end, and then it'll let me out here. It doubles back around, and it's gonna spit me, yep. Shit. Let me out. You son of a bitch. Uh-uh. Oh, Christy, no. I can't do anything about that, Christy. I'm trying to get out of here. I thought that I had taken the correct turn, but I hadn't. Everything all looks the damn same. Which isn't a complaint, it's all by design. Shit, that doesn't let me out, though. Really? So I have to lose to this guy. I gotta let this guy kill me. There are two of them this time. That hurts. I know it doesn't hurt it. Oh, Christy's dead. If I couldn't beat this at level 2, I can't beat it at level 1. Yep, there goes Gively. This sucks. I have a different approach I'm gonna try. I don't mind if you find this beginning boring. I find this fascinating. I spent so many hours. I actually picked up the trilogy while I was spending all that money the other day. Um, there was a game like this in the Baldur's Gate universe before the Baldur's Gate franchise. Um, just like this, first person, super fucking difficult like this, and that's how I spent my time, was bashing my head against the wall trying to figure out how to get a party that could survive. I already know how to do it. I've established that I can do it. It's just a matter of figuring it out. First TPK, your entire party has died. Don't despair, this is not the end. First, unless they teleported into rock by using Malor, your party should be recoverable. If you're playing with the old school option, bad stuff, yeah, no. We're not recovering them. That isn't happening. So we have to create people. So we're just starting over, knowing what we know. And that 250 gold, I don't really know what that means, what we can do with that. But we're going to start with... We're just going to start with a dwarf. No, we're going to start with a human. And we're just going to stack vitality. I wish I could just have it generate me a name and... And then we're gonna go dwarf. Shit. I got excited about hitting square and not paying attention to what I was doing. It's fine. Okay, so this party is going to... There's a store that I haven't even looked at. What do you sell in yonder store, sir? Can I... Yes, I can. Okay, can I change what I'm looking at? Okay. No attack minimum, +3 to hit. You're holding a longsword. Perforce a hit. 1d8. Okay. Do you have anything anointed? Mace. Sounds like something that a... Longswords. Okay. Anointed mace sounds like something that if I were going to put a priest in the front row, I'd want them to have. Large shields. Chainmail. We don't have any helms. Oh shit, helms are expensive, bro. Okay, so I can understand why my characters aren't getting better. Okay. So that blue number is probably our AC. Oh, there's real good armor in here. Oh. Why is chainmail so much more expensive than plate mail? Oh, probably because, okay. Yeah, here we go. Did these have, like, hidden stats that I'm unaware of? Like, penalties. Combat only, cast Radios on spell. Potion. Ooh, need to save up for those. Okay, anti-maze. We try again. This time, maybe we don't die so soon. We can grind random encounters. Okay, that way is where I keep getting lost. That's darkness. What's this say? Corridor out of limits. Turn back. Heard that? This is the tunnel to leaving? Yep. Okay. This is the hallway I don't want to be in. This is, yep. Okay, so I've mapped out the whole first floor. I just don't know how to get out of that room without dying. Whack, 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 fuff whack. Sir. Our agility is higher, so we should get, we should get initiative bonuses. We should be able to whack this stuff dead, even if we have to hit it a few more times. We should be able to kill it quickly because it's not getting on top of me like... I don't feel good about... Yeah, there we go. Oh, shit. Stan, no! You're already taking damage, friend. I guess if I were able to find their bodies, it wouldn't be so much about bringing them back to life. I guess I could do that. It would be more about recovering the gold they've got. Selling their shit. I guess that makes sense. I guess it makes sense to continue even if you lose people. Is this the Infina? This is back to upstairs. Okay. Okay. Leather-clad men. Stan, you're gonna have to go back upstairs, pal. Our health is really low. Why? So vitality does not necessarily determine your HP. Yikes. It's okay. Let's go home. This... Yes. Stan, my man, you have burned up all of the money that we made. And cost me money. Okay, here we go. Enter the maze. Amazing. Funny. Okay, here we go. Onward into the wild green Crumdar. I don't know what that is either. We're just gonna... We don't want to get too far away from... Oh, we don't want to get too far away. What secrets hide in his maze? What treasures? Oh. I don't know, I haven't found any treasures. I guess I need somebody with a really high wisdom. I probably don't have that. I probably have people with really high, decent int and piety, but I don't think I have anybody who's really good at wisdom. That means that my next rogue probably needs to max wisdom. Yeah, Caleb Williams is only going to get better. I need to pick a new audio file, though. I've listened to this a few times now. Marky Schlereth and your baby blues. Alright, give me just a second. Sorry about that. That'll do, pig. Onward! Oh shit, I didn't even notice that panel on the left there with their resistance, extra action, special traits. I wonder how I fill that out. Is it just from fighting them? Over and over? Certainty there's no trap. Open. Open it, Stan the man. Stan, do you have more HP than you had? Huh, we don't have a lot of HP. Don't go that way. We're only trying to gain... This is gonna bring us... We're just trying to gain some experience. I thought we'd mapped this whole place out, but I don't know what's down here. Shit. Carter, no! Probably could have healed him, huh? Inspect. Certainty of crossbow bolt. Yeah. Okay, we gotta get out of here. How did I get in here? Shit. This is where we just were. Ah, man, we're in trouble. I need to be drawing this. I probably should just turn the map on. Just submit to my modern... Fuck. Need for... comfort. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Ligma leveled. Good. Good job, Ligma. Carter's just gonna be behind in XP. We're just gonna have to cope with that. Oh, actually, Valerie's probably gonna be behind in XP too. Valerie, no! Why are you in the front row, you big dummy? It's not that much experience. 33. Okay, and now we gotta go to the priest. This is why they did this in those old Final Fantasy games. We made 150 gold and we spent 250 for him to bring me back to life. Welcome back, Carver. We're so glad to have you. So glad to have you. We don't have enough money. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Ligma, I'm gonna need you to... Okay, here's what we're gonna do instead. Not that. I have to go into the maze. In order to do this. Oh, this isn't who I thought it was. Lamont is der healer. Please? Good job, Lament. No, do it again. What? No, do it again. Yeah! Forgot I could do that. Okay, now... I don't know how I'm going to reorganize my party. Gross. I figured it out. Seriously, Ligma? Alright, this party kind of sucks. So we're going to do our best to get him to level 2. It's going to be kind of boring to do it this way. But now that we kind of have a feeling for the dungeon, we know that level 1... I feel confident that level 1 doesn't have anything for me to find. Besides that damn key. I have to find that key. That means I have to go back there. Which means that I might have to get to level 3. Oh, you know what? I'm probably more likely to find fights opening doors. They've already told me that. Every time you open a door, there's a chance for a fight, so... Open doors. So somehow Ligma lost 5 strength at level 2. That's hilarious. Why? What's the roleplay reason for that? She stood in the back row for so long, she just didn't use her arms or her legs. If you fall below 3 health, 3 max health, you're dead. No, that can't be right. Maybe it's 3 vitality. Good job, Carter. Yes. 11 jeeps. That's some more levels. No. Okay, good. Yes. This is really fun. I like this. This is very satisfying. Inspect. No check. Okay, open. Who will open? Don't blow up. 6 capiz. Alright. Carter, I need you to level, buddy. Go through that door. Go through this door. Fight. No. No fight. Fight? No fight. Aha! I prefer the random encounters. I prefer this in a big way to Ultima. And even if it were just the wireframes, because I am watching the wireframes down in the bottom right just as much. Maybe not just as much, but I am reminding myself to look down there to the wireframe of what it used to look like to appreciate this remake, the remaster, because it's really, they took the code, it's the original code from 1981 or 1982, and they just put a new skin over top of it, new graphics, to make it a little more accessible, a little friendlier to the modern gamer. And I'd say it's plenty friendly. I've played several games like this, not just the Final Fantasy series, that were just as satisfying. And so if the original setup was satisfying and it's just the combat loop, I'm really hoping that the exploration loop is worth it. That memorizing these floors, exploring these floors pays off. Eventually, I'm gonna have to turn on the map. I don't particularly want to, but It's just going to get taxing on my brain to remember, and I don't have any graph paper. Level up. And agility, luck. Great job. How much XP did you get? 5. Nice. 5's a lot. Oh, not meant that what I meant to do. Okay. 300 in order to level? That's cool. Only 1 HP is not a lot. But that was a good level for you, Stan. Great job. Alright, here we go. Actually, you need to heal. I could have done that with a spell. Oh, remember, 17 HP is a lot. You lost so much luck. Okay. But strength, piety, agility, great. Alright, here we go, Lamont. 25 is an appropriate amount of HP. Lamont has leveled 1 HP. You have Kalki now, though. That's great. Luck and wonderful. Margraf and Dumapic. Dumapic. And then you lost luck. That's fine. 3 HP is not a lot, but that 26, that's good. Good job, Carter. You got a lot of HP back. Okay. So we go back into the maze, and kinda we just went to do more fights. So we'll come up here. Oh, hello. Forgot that might happen. I surprised them because my agility's so high. I need to get something to drink. I should get something to eat too, but we'll talk about that. This is exit. This. Ow, that's not how you go through doors. Kobold says fuck off. Oh, those are kobolds anyway. They're like, we don't want to become skeletons. Ugh. Thank you guys for being here. I can see that you enjoy this more as well. Ooh, disarm chest. No, inspect chest. Now disarm it of stunner. Yeah, boy. Huh. You'd think there would be a secret wall or door or whatever there, but nope. They don't want to give me too many. Ow! You didn't have to hit me with that giant spiky metal ball, you know, on the end of your stick there. Didn't do anything to you. Just walking around your home. With a torch. Oh! And see, this became Doom and Wolfenstein 3D. They just found a way to resolve the combat, the hit miss HP, all that. They just resolve it in a higher speed, more animating, more animation in real time. So like when I play real time games, like shooters, action adventure games, I'm still thinking about them in terms of the turns that we're taking, the game resolving the actions, hit, miss, damage done, as turns being taken between the player and the game. Like even when I was playing 7 Days to Die, I was thinking in terms of turns. That was one of the reasons that it kept frustrating me, is because the zombies get a free initiative turn every combat. All right, remember that I came in here to the right. Hey, Ligma leveled up. Stan. No! I didn't do anything to you, Stan. Bubbly slime. 27 XP. Good job. 10 GP. Okay, open door. Uh-oh. This also makes it easier to conceptualize the 3D space we're in. Like, I can see it. Like the Mary Skelter franchise on by NIS. They're pretty, and they're fun to explore. They're just like this. The story is so dumb. So I like that this kind of doesn't have a story. Not trying to blow me away with its narrative. Like Ultima's trying to impress me with its narrative and freedom within the world it's built, and doesn't impress me. Give me a tight combat or exploration loop. This has both. Oh. Alright, and Valerie should level next. Ooh. We might have to leave. I think I went the wrong way. Yeah, this is the right way. Don't go too deep. I don't know when it's gonna stop telling me that the next level is too powerful for me, but hopefully it's, well, I guess what I can do next is go try to get my stuff back from that room. The thing is, I don't know how to get out of that room. Still, I don't know how to get out of that room. Certainty of an exploding box. You got it. So, get it. Okay, well, don't fail every time. Come on. 73%. It's a red flag if she doesn't look at your videos. It's funny. We can heal it. Bam, 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 bam. We could have done better in the HP department, but I'll take it. Agility went up, that's good. should hit you with a heal spell. Not the button I meant to press. That's better. Strength going down is bad. 10 HP is good though. Bad level. Good level. Ooh. 1 tier 1 spell point, 2 tier 2 spell points, and 3 new spells. Milwa, Matu, and Montino. Strength and Agi. Cool. Oh, well, there is no wisdom. It's piety. Okay, cool. Dilto and Sopic. 2 tier spell, or 2 tier 2 spell points. Vitality and luck. Cool. Okay. We have 510 I'm not gonna spend my money on potions. That doesn't make sense. I think this is a bad idea. Because there might be no way out of here. It's only one this time. That's good. Oh, but it got a surprise round. I'm not going to be doing a lot of damage, but maybe we can actually hit it. I'm going to get up and get something to drink after this fight. We're not doing well. Can't hurt it. Can't hurt it if we can't hit it. How's its health? Bad. Okay, keep the health bar up. We're level 3. We almost killed it at level 1. Golly gee. Strength's just not high enough. And this doesn't hurt it. What if I do this? Okay, now it's got +2 AC. That didn't seem to help. It didn't. Straight up can't hit it. Hey, it took 5 damage from whatever I just did. There, now we have +2 or -2 AC, and that didn't work. I don't really want to use all my spell slots on this guy, but I guess we can go back and restore our spell slots if we can get out. Alito was ineffective. Stan got him. I'd love to have the money necessary to afford a good weapon. Might try a slightly different party setup too. You shouldn't be able to... just really shouldn't be able to hit me anymore, because my AC should be high enough. Look at that, too. Lamont's got 0 AC. Damn it. Hmm. There is a non-zero chance the game wants me to be level 5 before we go to the next level. Mm. Mm. Got you. Well, this is where our other party died, right? So... whenever your card is no longer in your party, but still in the maze, you may choose to add to party to re-add them to your party through the party. If they are dead, paralyzed, or other incapacitated, you're on the way to recover them. If they are still able-bodied... Okay. Open party options. Dead. And gold in their inventory. It's just that they've got 300 gold. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't think any of them was really good enough to... Yeah, none of them was good enough to actually want back. They had such high strength. She might be fun to have back. Actually, he was my most lethal of them. Okay. Well, now I know how to do this. Return to town. That freaks me out. No. Okay. Ouch. Wait, does one of them have... Yeah, give me that. Okay, I got the bronze key. That's all that really mattered. Nothing, yeah, of interest. So now this still does that. Secret doors? No. Okay. Hmm. How do I get out of here? This is blowing my mind. I do not want to abandon my level 3 characters down here if I don't know how to get out. Thank God you don't have to manage food. That's all? Hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm doing something wrong. That's the... Oh, no. Oh my god. I'm out of spells. I'm out of heals anyway. I'm in trouble. Stan, I need you to like step up in front of these guys so that they don't take damage. Kind of like that. Mm. Mm. Begone, strangers! Mapperama Dormat! Yeah. That was the best possible thing that could have happened, but why did it happen? Okay. That's what's supposed to happen. Okay. I know where that was. I know how to make that happen again. We're gonna kind of cheat this a little bit. Lamont gained a level. That's nice. 8 HP is very good. More tier 2 spell points. Calfo and Manifo, huh? Okay, that's fantastic. Level up. Oh, strength goes down. Doesn't actually affect me. Strength up. Piety could have gone up. Vitality up's good. HP's good. Okay, now what's gonna happen is we're gonna go into the maze. And we're gonna say, Lamont, you have heal spells. Dios. Heal? Oh boy. Heal. Okay, Lamont. Good. Okay, we could have done better there. But now we turn around and we go back. And then we go to the inn and we go to her and we say, stay. I hope that refilled her spell points. And then spell points. Strength. Int minus. Oh boy. Okay, that's good. 18 HP is very good. Okay. And then we go back into the maze. And if this worked, Lamont, cast spell, Dios, Dios, and Dios. Dios. And one more time we do that. I should get something to drink. I keep talking about it. In the stables. Ah, good level. Plus 13 HP. Fuck yeah. and then stables, and maze. Spell Dios. One more time, hopefully. Nope. And again. Oh my god. There we go. Lamont, we gotta work on your heals, sweetheart. You're not good at that. Visit. Free. Yeah. Now don't forget to do them all. Yep. Okay. And now we're going to go over here to their store. And we're going to talk about buying items. And we're going to scroll down and we're going to find a good weapon. No, we're not. We're not going to find a better weapon? Okay. Change filters to weapons. 1d4, we're not doing that. Just changing a longsword is +4, 1d8. This is only +2. We're trying to get higher plus to hit. Okay, so better AC then. We're wearing chainmails. Yeah. So what if we give... No. What if we give Carter a plate mail? Yes. Thank you for your business. Now Carter has 2 AC. Enter Dermazen. Alright. And so now what we're trying to do is we're trying to find another key. I guess there's another key to be found here in this dungeon. Okay. Okay. Ba -ba -ba -ba. All right. We're trying to get to level 5. Basically, the level 5 is when the game really starts to open up. I know that. I've tried to limit myself to word of mouth, like what I would have known buying this game in the 80s. And for anybody wondering, I am trying to watch my chat. YouTube isn't always telling me that you guys are saying anything. 95% certainty of blades. In this room is a silver statue of a boar with horns and long fangs. On the wall by the statue is a message, partially obscured, that appears to have been left by passing elves. It is hardly legible, but some comments warning about ghosts and demons can still be made out. Found the silver key. So we have the silver and bronze keys now. Neat. Bushwhacker says, fuck this. Ouch. I'm out. I don't know where I'm going to find a ranged weapon for my rogue, but I'm looking. What's happened? Okay. What waits within these Stygian halls? I want to see what happens if I cast this. That's not the one. This one. It does not like this darkness. Okay. Nope, not doing that. Don't need to. Ah! Why are we not focusing our fire? Yeah. And why can't I have slingshots for my back row? Or like throwing stones or something. I'm probably thinking in terms of D&D 3.0, 3.5 instead of D&D 2. Okay. Oh my god, I'm definitely gonna need a map to memorize this. I am going to turn that on after this fight, and I'm probably going to get something to drink after this fight, too. I should have done that a long time ago. Okay, so the second floor is dangerous in a way that I wasn't prepared for. We are going to die from this, so what we're going to do is run like cowards. Oh. Yep, we're in trouble. Okay. Okay, so I went right to the end of the dungeon. Damn it. Oh my god. No, we have to run. I don't have any way of dealing with this paralysis. Don't turn around and go the other way. Don't. Oh no. Oh no, I don't know where I am. Please be the upstairs. Oh, thank God. Okay. Yikes. Oh no. No. Why do I have so little money? Okay. Cool. Mm. Mm. Actually, I'm gonna try something. try something different. 2 priests. Put one in the front row as a mainline fighter. But now I'm grinding up. Basically, I'm trying to grind up 900 gold. Because, yeah, there's no way I'm going down there at level 4. So now it's just open doors, walk around, get real acquainted with this floor. Because holy shit. Like, basically, if I think I could beat him that many times, I just go down there and grind that fucking ghost for his XP. Especially if I can, you know, survive 2 of them. And I probably could, is the thing. If I can get that new priest to level 2 or 3, I probably could if his HP scales to his stamina. If I'm right about that, that your HP is the maximum stamina you can get when you level. Ooh, what do I got over here? I'm gonna be smart with this fight. Bad air puts them to sleep. Like that. Put the back row where it can't hurt me. Might not be able to hurt the front row. Oh, that didn't work. Try again. Level 4 I should be able to... Okay, well he got a good roll there. Level 4 I feel like I should be able to whoop these pretty good. If I were worried about it, I could even give... I forgot I spent that money on that chain, on that armor that Carter's wearing. But if I were really worried about it, I could give Christoph Carter's armor. Not worried about it yet, because I got the heals to suffer through it while we get him to level 2. And if that back row hadn't fled, hopefully I'd get experience for fleeing. I would, if I were the DM, if I were making one of these games, and there were an enemy that could flee, I would give you at least half experience for the flee. Yeah. I don't know where I am anymore in the dungeon. Now I do. This is the way to the next floor. We've been here. Oh. Oh, nice. Another huge amount of enemies. Oh, didn't mean to hit that button. I could have undone it. I like this, man. This was one of those games that, you know, it was a PC game back in the early 80s. This when we talk about like your cubicle job, a lot of these games became what they became because of cubicle farms and school libraries at universities. Because it didn't look like this. It looked like what it is. Because it was the wireframes like you see down there in the bottom right. That's what it used to look like. We understood that these were puzzles and resource management, and that all the things that you're supposed to be doing for your job, like solving puzzles and managing the company's resources when you work in a cubicle farm. Oh, I meant to turn the... That's not it. I meant to come in here. Just give me the... Which is the which? Okay. I'm gonna turn this on and see what it looks like. Oh, it's not that helpful. It's just told me where I have and have not been. That's what I needed. Forgot to get a drink. If this were just a little bit slower, it would be easier for me to walk away. So something you may or may not have heard me talking about recently is the role that you're playing in these games. In that a lot of people will say that if the game comes with pre-gen characters, like this one was the first one, second one, and it comes with pre-gen characters, the previous game comes with a blank slate character who doesn't have a name or a role to actually play in the world. Ultima, that is. They'll say that if they give you pre-gen characters, that there's no role that you're playing, that you have to choose your role, and that you have to submit to a free will sacrifice in order to play an RPG. And as you can see here, the role that I am playing, and the game makes it very clear if you just engage with the options and listen to what it's telling you and how it's talking to you, the role that I am playing in this RPG is not any of these 6 named characters. The role I am playing is the guy who stands behind them and tells them what to do. So I'm here with them. I'm experiencing this. But when we get attacked, I step back and they do the thing. It's not a metaphor. The game asks me who makes the choice, right? But you can role play it as the characters turning to you and saying, "What do you think?" Because this is at my hour, if you're watching with me and you're taking ownership of the channel and the experience, this is our adventuring crew. And so when you're watching, you're still role playing. You're playing the part of the audience, right? I talked about this in the video that's gone up on the channel earlier. If you decide to peruse that, but if we're talking about the observer effect and quantum mechanics, quantum physics, where observing something makes it real, you're making the experience of playing this and thinking about these things real for me. I can't observe myself. You're giving me what's known in sociology as second order observation. Without you, the only other orders of observation that I have are people that pass me by and don't stop to notice me, and God. So thank you for being here. It's super cool of you. Okay, we're not doing that. I would love... Here we go. I like the Dragon Quest. I like that this looks and feels like Dragon Quest, and that they didn't get nervous about that, because Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior, the first one, and I don't know if I made $50 today and um, super chats, personal donations, or Patreon subs, I would just go ahead and buy the first one and show you exactly what I'm talking about, because it's the marriage of Ultima and Wizardry. Both of them came out first, and then Dragon Quest Hiro Yuji, I think he was still in high school. I think he was like 16. Um, I think he was that young when he made Dragon Quest, and the guy who made Ultima was only 19. He was a college student. You could be one person and make these games when there were these wireframes like this back in the day. If you knew how to code, even I went and opened RPG Maker MV, so 55, whatever. I don't know what the M is in Roman numerals. And what I noticed is that basically making these games it just comes down to your ability to fill a spreadsheet with bullshit. And the reason that I find myself so dissatisfied with so many of these games is because they just lack the creativity and the programming savvy necessary to have a huge spreadsheet full of abilities that synchronize together. And I was bitching at this with Mr. S last night, but where we are in the future, we exist in a post Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition world, and Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition made Dungeons and Dragons a more complex World of Warcraft. And so we exist in a future where you have examples of extremely complex spreadsheets to draw from to make these games. But what happens is they're not fun. This is extremely simple. Literally all we've done for most of these fights is just auto attack. And so if you're playing WoW and you're auto attacking, well, that's boring because of the visuals, because the visual gets boring. I want to see particle effects. I want to see stuff happen. I want to do stuff. As my character, I want to have power at my fingertips. And video games lose that. The grind to max level in World of Warcraft, for example, the first time is an awesome experience. The reason we get impatient with it I don't remember what I was talking about anymore. That upset me. Because I was talking and not paying attention. That's what I was doing. Oh, the reason we get impatient with it is because we know what it's like to have power at our fingertips, and we know what to expect. Right? So, you're playing World of Warcraft, you've made it to max level in one class. You've probably not done it as a solo player entirely. So, uh-oh. I haven't been looking at the map. I was looking not at the world, but at the map. You know what to expect. Thank you. You know what to expect because you've seen other max level or high or level. You've seen other. I hope I went up and not down. You've seen other characters who have power. And so you know what to want. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the fucked up thing, actually. And we're going to just put this dead person, sit down at the tavern. And we're going to take this paralyzed halfling thief out of the tavern. And then we're going to go to the temple. And we're going to ask you to restore my paralyzed thief. Yeah, it's fucked up that I'm leaving you dead. I'm not a good person. Nobody ever accused me of being a good person. Actually, people accuse me of being a good person on YouTube all the damn time. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. So this game is a slow meditation, not meant to be played by children. Oh, the map? I have to redraw the map every time. I'm okay with that. I'll start to get familiar with what the map looks like as I'm exploring around. What was I saying? This is designed for adults. We always talk about how video games are for children who don't have the time to invest in exploring them and getting to know them. That only children have the time necessary to live and exist in the role being played in any particular video game. Only kids have the time necessary to grind Call of Duty. Only kids have the time necessary to play Fortnite. But these games were originally made by kids. This genre that asks you to meditate on it and invest in the grind and get to know the world and enjoy the experience of being in the world. Get to love these characters that you've made because you're trying so hard to keep them alive. You're watching them age. Like, let's see how if that works the way I think it does. It might even tell us when they age. But you see, they all have ages. Kristoff's getting kills, so it might work. This is the game. Beating it is not the point. I think that we've lost that. Beating the game, getting to the end of the game, and saying, ha ha, game complete. I think we've lost the thread. I think we've lost the plot if we're playing games for that reason. Like, I was watching this guy when I first woke up, or maybe as I was going to bed last night. I was watching this YouTube short of a guy who was talking about that game. I've been thinking about it all day and I just lost it. Inspect it, please. Certainty of no trap. Open it. Yep. What was it called? Anyway, I never had it. I never understood why anybody would want to play it, but it was a game where it had a little rectangle that was cut out with all these shapes, and you had to put the shapes. They had to fill the shapes of these little shape-shaped pegs in a certain amount of time, or it would and reset everything. And so the name of the game is less important than that. He was reminiscing about this game, and I was thinking about that game. That's a game, and that was a game that was being made, and that had players before video games. And so the goal of that game isn't to beat it. You never beat it. You don't. Ha! I got them all in, and then never play it again. You make it more difficult for yourself by turning the timer down to a lower setting. For example, I think it might be called perfection, maybe. And so these games, they were made for adults, maybe by children, but for adults. They were sold to the only people who had PCs were people who worked office jobs or had the money necessary to build one. It wasn't like now. They weren't. You go to Walmart and buy a PC that's effectively a home console that runs Windows, and like what I'm actually streaming this on is a proof of that exact concept, because the Surface is effectively a very large tablet that runs Windows, just like a PC. And so it emulates all of the power and all of the capability of a PC for people exactly like me, who want a Nintendo Switch but actually want to be able to fucking run games and don't want to be patronized to by the Steam Deck. It's exactly what this product is, and it's great for that. But the people who were playing these games, back in the day, they were people who had access to PCs, the Apple II specifically in this case. That was an extremely expensive machine. We don't really remember the PC versus Apple debate, the conversation. There was a console war effectively between those two, and we don't remember it right. We don't remember it accurately because, frankly, the loser of that war, Apple, its fans were allowed to continue to exist in the popular milieu because of the iPhone after Bill Gates himself made sure that financially they were able to continue to survive, so he didn't have a monopoly. In fact, so he could continue to monopolize the market with the superior product. Apple hasn't made its own hardware since 2005. And only the Apple II was ever a competitive gaming machine. But you're playing this at your office job. Your boss isn't around, and you're not alt tabbing into it. You have to run it on DOS. Kids weren't playing this when and the reason I started talking about this because I'm appreciating how Dragon Quest the visuals are, and that they didn't get in their feelings or in their they didn't get insecure about it because Dragon Quest came next. Um, you said you got to read a lot. You got to focus and pay attention to what you're looking at. The being able to see it, the visuals, they capture the imagination just a little bit more than um, just the still image and the words. This is trying to take the D&D experience and just make it a little bit make just what they're doing is they're taking the D&D experience and they're animating the little models that you use on the board, and that's just enough. Because I would play it if it were just the math on the screen. In the same way that you might play Perfection, right? Um, I grew up on um, the Oregon Trail, the original Oregon Trail, not a later one, and that was a deliberate teaching tool. They were deliberately trying to simulate how razor thin the line between life and death is in those situations. And so this game, I'm certain that this game would have that similar design philosophy, that similar um, intentionality. That the point is how razor thin life and death is. The point is that, oh my god, we gotta go get the hell out of this dungeon. This maze exists, and there's an economy around going into this maze and getting to the bottom of it, and the wizard at the bottom of it is a great enough threat that there is an economy to deal with him, specifically because you can't begin to descend before level 5, for example. Like, there are in-world narrative reasons that are happening here that if you just play the game on its own terms, you just exist within the world and you just let it happen to you, explain themselves, articulate themselves. And that's called a good game. Especially when you're talking about a game that's trying to create a world for you to exist in, for you to participate in, for you to save. Well, you lack the necessary skill sets. I lack the necessary skill sets to save this world. Obviously. These people do not lack the necessary skill sets. They lack the cohesive, unified intention of a genius leader. And so the role that we are playing isn't any one of these people, right? Like Dragon Age, if you watched my Dragon Age, you know, you are the chosen one. You are this special person that's unifying this ragtag band of people to go save the world. But none of them has any reason to be associated with you, besides that the story demands that you have a party of people associated with you. So a game like Dragon Quest would actually benefit from you being able to make your first four people, and having four people who just happen to be the four people who make the threat neutral, but that's Final Fantasy. That's the contribution that Final Fantasy made in the Western mind, because they've forgotten about this game. And what they don't want to do is remember this game and go to 6, because if Dragon Quest had 6 people in your party, it'd be fun to play. Why did I come here? I meant to go to the inn. Alright, Hoozy, you can get a real night's rest. I wish you hadn't lost intellect. But you're level 5 now. You only got 1 HP, Hoozy. What's your problem, bro? Why did I reach level 5 with a character? Good stuff. Okay. So what happens now if I have a level 5 character? I can change their classes. Ooh, with +1 strength, we can go samurai. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so we're gonna go in. We're gonna cheese this a little bit, and it's the most cost-effective way to do this. And if they didn't want me to do it, they wouldn't have made it cost-effective. Caspel Dios. Again, if they didn't want me doing this, they wouldn't have made it cost-effective. They wouldn't have made it free to restore your spell slots. So Final Fantasy didn't. The first one, it didn't make it free to restore just your spell slots. So they didn't want you doing this. And again, I am deliberately playing with the original rule sets because I'm trying to judge this game based on 1980s rule sets, 1980s video game logic. In the 1980s, you had in 1979, when Akabaleth was released, you had arcades and you had PCs. The home consoles that you had were really PCs. They were computers. They would be what we would consider a desktop today. So by 81, with the Famicom, the thinking, the philosophy, the design wasn't just asking the question, how do we fit this extremely complex code into a cartridge and also make it amenable to the home television as far as the visuals that we're presenting? How do we make it visually amenable to our Japanese audience? Because the complaint with this game, again, look at the bottom right corner of the screen. That's what it used to look like. And so the complaint, even in 79 with Akabaleth, and this I think was 81 or 82, the complaint for the Japanese market, even at the time, was, yep, but this looks just like the spreadsheets that we're staring at work. I wish it were beautiful to look at. I wish there were particle effects like the arcade games that we're playing when we leave from work and when we leave from school and when we gather. Because, I mean, you may or may not know, but the Japanese arcade is a real thing. It's still a fucking bonkers experience. They're loud and people use them. But what RPGs, adventure games, simulations gave to the gamer at the time that arcades didn't was the ability to tell a sustained story. So like in an arcade game, they weren't particularly interested in telling any story whatsoever. They weren't really interested in telling you a story. There was a story to thread the levels together, but their interest was in getting quarters out of you. Well, if you pay $50 for the software, $60 for the software, and you know this is where they're thinking of my console, my game, right? Like people are bitching that Jeff Bezos and Amazon are making they're trying to make video games available for streaming because people will have hardware just in their television, in their phone, around. They just will have hardware in their homes that can process and stream the visuals of the game, and really all they need is a wireless remote, something to interact with it right there on their home entertainment console. And so streaming is and has been identified as the future. Streaming of video games has been identified as the future because even the Switch had a few games like Kingdom Hearts on the Switch is actually streamed from better hardware. And so it's just about the technology, and it's about breaking away from what I was just talking about. My PC, my console, my game. I just spent all this money to get the console. I just spent all this money to get the hardware. It's mine. I own it. It belongs to me. When really it's just a delivery system to be able to access those ROMs, and you don't own either of those things. You don't own either of those things any more than you actually own a book when you buy the book. You're not allowed to go in and change the text of the book. It's like I heard about this guy. I don't remember how I heard about it, but this guy who goes through and he rewrites every line of text in every book that he reads in his own words. And I was just thinking about the insanity of trying to publish that as an independent work because of the labor of having done it. And that is where the sacredness of texts comes from. Because if you take the Torah and you just write out the story in your own words, and your words are different enough, it would require a professional in the Torah to recognize what you have and what you have not uniquely contributed to the presentation. And so that is why I am looking at these old games and the current games, more modern games. That's why I'm trying to build a timeline in my head of these games so I can articulate the timeline, because information transmits in predictable ways. Information transmits in predictable ways, and ideas, if you understand concepts as in the Platonic form, they evolve in predictable ways. And predictable things we can do science on, because science is the prediction of predictable things. If you know and understand something, you can make accurate predictions about it. And so I'm past trying to make accurate predictions about the future of video games. I've been right for a decade. I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. I'm trying to contribute to fixing it. Because it's not just that any potential children that I may or may not have into the future deserve better games. I deserve better games. I shouldn't have to reach back to 1981 to have a good time. And I'm having a great time. This is the experience I've been bitching about looking for months, maybe years. And it's from 1981. All they did was update the skin. And I'm going to have to look in my Steam library, because a game that wants my attention and wants me to love it, because it's also a grimdark, that is basically this, can't Darkest Dungeon. Darkest Dungeon can't keep my attention in this way because the everything about it is pointless. It misunderstands what makes XCOM Enemy Unknown fun. Okay, so everybody's level 5? So what happens if I go to Le Mans here, edit character, hey Lament Asian, Hmm? What classes? Can you go to Bishop? Bishop? I don't know if this is a good idea. I'm not gonna do that. I don't know what the Bishop class does. Hey, Carver, can you become a samurai? No. Hmm. Okay. Well, I don't know what level 5 did for me, but I'm there, baby. I don't know that I have anything more to say now. I like this. And the a game that I really just shouldn't copped having played and beaten and really enjoyed was played and not beaten, completed and really enjoyed. It's the completed. So that's where I was building toward is the beating a game thing. The beating a game thing is it's so facile, it's so facetious. Like you beat Mario because Mario is a challenge. You beat an arcade game because that's what it's asking you to do. This game isn't asking you to beat it, it's asking you to complete it. But those other games, Mario, the arcade games in general, they are asking you, many of them, are encouraging you to complete them. But they could also be deliberately unbalanced so that completing them was a feat and a sort of, what's that stone? A sort of Blarney stone more than it was accomplishable. So what I'm here doing is the question that I have for this game that I want to know is it balanced in 1981 in the original software? Was it balanced to be completable? Or do you have to go through so much bullshit that it's not doable? The answer so far is that it's totally doable. My HP is starting to get high enough that if I know how to deal with paralysis or I can kill those things faster, we should be good. And I think that now, when I hit, I actually take 2 swings. So I should, the level 5 warrior should, rather level 5 fighter, whatever their class is called, should get 2 attacks per round. So we should just be doing more damage. So for example, I could go and fuck up that ghost if I wanted to for the experience. Because he's like 4,000 experience. It's a few hundred apiece. The only thing with doing that is getting out of there is a nightmare that I'm going to have to memorize. I'm having a really good time. I suspect that this played Ultima first. Because Ultima has it would have played Ultima first. It would have played Akabaleth first, and that's considered Ultima Zero in its own packaging and presentation. Huh? And so Akabaleth and Ultima, Akabaleth is frustrating because it has a pretty nice, pretty great little, like as far as like perfection when I was talking about um, playing the game in tighter and more difficult loops. Akabaleth, it presages the roguelite by like 30 years or something. The gameplay loop is so tight and death so imminent until you figure out what you're doing and you can learn to cheese it, and then it loses all tension, right? It's not tense anymore because it just comes down to raw numbers and number crunching. And so this found a way to fix that. This is clearly responding to Akabaleth and finding a way to make that core gameplay loop of the floors dictating how powerful the stuff is, and your ability to manage and ascend floors as fast as possible, dictating how much uh, you enjoy running through the same places over and over and over again. But like I was saying, a game that I shouldn't cop to have ever played and frankly enjoyed is, I've already talked about it, but Moero, I think it's called Moero Chronicles, and Crystal Chronicles, I think is what the duology is called. And that's all they are. The only difference is that you can bring up the map and you can just tell the game where on the map, even if it's many floors from where you started. You can just tell it where you want it to go. Or you can tell it to grind for levels and wander at random, and it'll just do it. And so you can just watch your dudes wander at random and fill out the map for you. And so there's a certain amount of taking your hands off it and watching the game play. But if, by the logic that I said of role-playing, being the decision maker or the person with the ideas, after a while you should also be able to just teach your guys like your routine of how we're going to explore these dungeons, and they should just follow the pattern that you've established, which means that it could be something that you unlock as you play. And so it never felt like a cheat or like I was watching the game play itself. It felt like I was just following along behind people who no longer needed my direct intervention. And in the management and is like field, if what my skill sets that I was practicing away from work by playing games, if I was practicing my management skill, if you're working at a gas station or you're the manager, you should be able to never come out of the back because you're on the phone doing important management bullshit, and the store should run itself without you, right? Like, the general manager should be able to take a day off without the store burning down because the people who are in the store are competent, right? And so the better you get your dudes by directly intervening, or at least intervening in a moment-to-moment way. In this game, the better they get, the better they got in Moero Chronicle, for example, the less directly I had to be paying attention, the more I could start to zone out into the things I'm talking about now, or the more I could start to really pay attention to the book I was reading. And so it wasn't so much about, oh, I'm so powerful, this is easy, and so now I'm going to watch the game play itself. It was more like, I'm where I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and so it doesn't require a huge amount of my cognitive input. And if I'm the ideas guy, if that's the role that I'm playing, then I don't need to always be cognitively on, right? Like even in Final Fantasy, I was talking about this yesterday when I was playing 8. The first 8 Final Fantasy games are trying to tell you that you do not need and do not want to be using your spells. That this is like in this, I'm not using my spells. You want to be treating this like a resource management game. And just because your resources aren't obvious doesn't mean that You want to be blasting off spells in every fight. Just because it's the most efficient way doesn't mean that it's the smartest way long term. Same with this game. I like this. As the higher level we get, the more gold that we're carrying, the better our AC can be. I forgot about that I wanted to get everybody in better armor so that we're less likely to take damage, because if we're less likely to take damage in the front row, then we're less likely to get paralyzed when those things touch us. We don't have to resist it with our will resist or whatever. We don't have to resist it with our resistances, with our checks. We just don't take the damage, and we're not at risk of the passive effect from taking damage. Certainty anti-magic. Yay! No actual trap found. Cool. Don't know what that means. But look, 2 holes in this one. Oh no. I see that Stan is ready. I was kind of hoping that somebody would hit 6, to be honest with you. Boom. And see, really all this is missing is what Ys and Famicom gave to all of their games. And that's just a fucking killer soundtrack. Did I say Famicom? I meant Falcom. Nihon Falcom. Nihon Falcom started thinking of the sound cards in their PCs and consoles broadly. They didn't really make console games; they made PC games. They started to think of and treat the sound cards as instruments in their own right, and so they made some fucking killer music back in the day. So killer that included in the documentary that I watched about the creation of Ys was a whole section bitching about the video game music industry and how jealously some of these companies guard their music. So like Ys has some really fucking good music on their soundtrack, and Famicom was basically releasing Much Music CDs of their music back in the day, of their soundtracks back in the day, and it took them forever to release Ys's music, and it was a whole thing. So the things, I think that because video games tend to be a young people's thing, right? They tended to be a young people's pastime, especially in the West. They were considered a children's toy and a children's pastime, and they are. They're still made for children. I mean, they're still made to be accessible for people that read and understand the world at a third grade level. And accessible does mean completable on some level, finishable, beatable, if you're thinking of it as a challenge to overcome once. I don't remember where I was building to with that because the scenery changed. And I had to remember what I was doing. Stan, for you, got 4 HP. Fuck you, Stan. You need more HP. Okay, everybody's level 5. What I want to know, actually, I need to go to Lamont, and I want to know when you level. 1600, 1200, 1400, 2800, 1200. Soon. Ligma's gonna level sooner than I thought. Okay, I meant to do something. While I was in town, I meant to look at something. Oh man. Oh, goodness. What did I want to do? What was it? It was this... I wanted to know how much money I have, and I see it up there on the thing. Okay, so what if I come over here to this? Antidote, Potion of Dios. Potion... Poison? How do I get rid of... Paralyze? Okay. Why do I want the breastplate +1 if it's the same AC as the plate mail? Does the +1 have natural resistances to magic that I'm not thinking about? And I should wait, right, until I can buy 2 of those instead of buying a bunch of plate mail. That's gonna leave me vulnerable, right? Oop, didn't mean to do that. How much is the shield? That's expensive, waiting like that. That's a lot of money. Copper gloves are expensive. Okay. What's this? Remove cursed item, identify item? I haven't found anything fun. So what if we just tried? What if we tried something crazy? One time. Just see what it looks like, and if I hate that I've done it, you'll know basically as soon as I do. Come over here and do something, ow, insane. What the hell? I thought there was a... There it is. Okay. Come in here and go over here to you. Hi! Okay, we're basically full health. 5 small humanoids. That's not what I expected to happen. Okay, well, shit. Okay, that's not what I thought was going to happen. So what if we go bad at... What's body iron? Caster? Darkness makes them easier to hit. Big fire does... Wow. We have cool spells now. Okay, and Ligma, you need to get a slingshot or something. We gotta do something about your not being able to fight back. Okay. An encounter. Each party member receives... Okay, this is not great. So here's what we're gonna do. Gonna make this easy on myself. Easier, because it's gonna come right out and hurt us. Yep. Great. Okay, blessing is +1, -1. That's confusing. -2 AC for the whole party. -4 AC for the party. So what happens if I do that? And then give them... What? We go darkness +2 AC for the enemy. Okay. And then Ligma gets to watch. Ligma at this point. Well, no. Oh, okay, so you can have negative AC. That's cool. Alright, now it's got a +2 AC penalty. Wow, you can still hit me even with -2 AC? That feels not fair. Buy him. Take damage, please. Okay, so the AC penalty boy went to the back row. That's fine. They're going to be doing that. We're doing better. I don't love that it's healing. I don't love that there are 2 of them. I know that it's hitting me so often. This is still going to be... We've gained 2 levels, and it's still going to be a 30-round fight. Just can't hit him. I would love a magic weapon at this point. I don't actually want to do this. This is silly. If we can't hurt it, I'm not going to spend this... Yeah, we're not going to spend this long working on that, because it's not worth the XP. It's not worth the time spent. Uh-oh, I'm lost. Alright, here we go. Hmm. Why am I mapping the darkness? Because it worked? Okay. I wasn't anticipating that to work. I thought I was going to be stuck in there for a month. Take this, orcs! I don't know why I said that the way I did, but I did. Eight jeeps. Alright.